sklearnmetricscohenkappascore. Description: Cohen's kappa is a statistic that measures inter-annotator agreement. It is a measure of the agreement between two raters who each classify items into a set of categories. The value of kappa ranges from -1 to 1, where 1 indicates perfect agreement, 0 indicates agreement equivalent to chance, and -1 indicates perfect disagreement. Inputs: Y1 the first set of labels. The ground truth, represented as an array or list of integers. Y2 the second set of labels. The predictions, represented as an array or list of integers. Outputs: kappa the Cohen's kappa score, a float value between -1 and 1. Steps: calculate the observed agreement between the two raters. This is the proportion of times the raters agree on the classification of an item. Calculate the expected agreement between the two raters. This is the proportion of times the raters would be expected to agree by chance. Subtract the expected agreement from the observed agreement and divide by 1 minus the expected agreement. This gives the Cohen's kappa score. Metrics: agreement. This metric measures how well two raters agree on their classifications. A higher agreement value indicates that the two raters are in better agreement. Visualization plots. Confusion matrix. This plot shows the number of times the raters agreed on the classification of an item. Heat map. This plot shows the correlation between the two sets of labels. Fine-tune parameters. Weights to assign to different categories of agreement. This parameter can be used to adjust the importance of different types of agreement. Labels. A list of labels to use for the confusion matrix. This parameter can be used to specify the order of the labels in the confusion matrix. Uncertainty methods. Confidence intervals. This method can be used to estimate the uncertainty in the Cohen's kappa score. Bootstrapping. This method can be used to estimate the distribution of the Cohen's kappa score. Challenges and fixes. Challenge 1. The Cohen's kappa score can be sensitive to the number of categories. If there are a small number of categories, the kappa score can be inflated. Sample use case that resulted in challenge 1. Two raters are asked to classify a small number of items into two categories. They agree on all the classifications, but the kappa score is high because there are only a few categories. Fixes to challenge 1. Use a different agreement metric that is less sensitive to the number of categories, such as the Fleisch kappa. Challenge 2. The Cohen's kappa score can be difficult to interpret. It is not always clear what a specific kappa score means in terms of agreement. Sample use case that resulted in challenge 2. Two raters are asked to classify a set of items into a large number of categories. They agree on a large proportion of the classifications, but the kappa score is relatively low because there are so many categories. Fixes to challenge 2. Use a visual aid, such as a confusion matrix or a heat map, to help interpret the Cohen's kappa score.